about Los Angeles public transit. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, so far, the B line, our red B line in LA is like the best. It's the best line we've got so far.
Hollywood is arriving. Please stand back from the edge of the platform.
El tren a North Hollywood está por llegar. Aléjense del borde de la plataforma.
Silly intercom. All right. Anyway, the red line is the best we've got in LA. It's the fastest, most robust, densest.
Here, come here. Go, give me a shot.
Here we got a train going to North Hollywood. It takes you to all the touristy hot spots in West Hollywood. You'll see the Walk of Fame, that Chinese movie theater, just plenty of shit. There's like a wax museum, it's the best, and I kind of wish lines like the E line would just match up to the B line. At least it's getting. Oh shit!
No, keep going.
At least a bill had passed that the E line and the A line and soon the K line is getting a traffic priority.
Okay. Thank you, Logan.
They're getting traffic. Did you actually know?
Okay. Alright, ready? Action. Oh wait, action. Okay, state your first and last name.
Ian Hardcastle.
Okay, just tell me about Logan. Give me some stories.
My first and only interaction with Logan took place in the Zoo Magnet bathrooms. I was...
Speak more into the mic.
Oh, sorry.
It's alright.
Let's see. Remembering it now, it was a couple years back. I was taking a piss at one of the urinals. There's someone to my right as well. And I believe Logan was already in the stall when we entered. And, we were relieving ourselves as one does in the bathroom. And then slowly I hear a muttering from the stall of, "Oh shit." And then I hear some rattling of metal that appears to sound like the rustling of an empty toilet paper dispenser. And I hear him mutter to himself, "There isn't any toilet paper left." This is not a proud moment for me. He makes a plea for help, asking if there's any other toilet paper in the bathroom. And like I said, in a regrettable moment, me and the unfamiliar lad to my right looked at each other and maintained eye contact for a couple seconds, turned away and left the bathroom together. And I never saw Logan return to the class that we shared.
Thank you, Ian.
Of course, anytime. Thank you, guys. I hope the project turns out well.
All right, state your first and last name.
My name is Varun Sridharan.
And tell us about the first time you met Logan.
First time I met Logan was there was a lot of unrest for the Palestine stuff going on about a year ago, and I saw him. He was like recording some stuff, I think. He had a high-vis vest on for some reason. Don't know what that was about. But I was also recording some stuff, so me and him got some footage, and we were about to leave, and he drives this piece of shit Volvo station wagon. It's the most clapped thing I've ever seen, and I don't know why. I don't know why he took this road.
You're one to talk now with your four-wheeler.
Well, at least mine works, and at least I didn't do what he did.
That's true.
He drove to Empire Grade for some reason. That doesn't lead to anywhere. All it leads to is my house.
I don't remember why he did that.
I don't remember either. And he almost crashed his car. Now, mind you, this is the first time I've ever met this guy, ever. Like, I've never seen him before, never talked to him before. The first interaction I get with him is he almost crashes his fucking car because he doesn't understand what a windy road is, and he just drives straight into, like, a ditch, and his bumper almost, like, comes and falls off.
All right, thanks, Varun.
You're welcome.
All right, state your first and last name.
My name is Parker Reed.
And tell me about the first time you met Logan.
I want to say this is one of the first interactions I ever had with Logan just because it's so undeniably Logan. And that's, me and him were on the bus together, from Zoo Magnet back to main North Hollywood High School campus. And I don't know, I remember my early interactions with Logan so well because I was kind of intimidated by him at the time. And so the fact that this guy that everyone knew was going out of his way to talk to me was quite something. But what he was telling me was just something that's just okay, this seems kind of crazy. He was saying you need to can you just go wee? Can you go wee for me? And I was just I can't do that, man. And I was just I don't know how to do that. I don't have the vocal strength to do something like that. Because he was really straining his voice. I was kind of putting a more melodic touch on that, but his was more of a screechy, almost pig even that doesn't do justice to it.
What was the point of that?
I don't know what the fucking point was. Is there ever really a point with Logan?
No, that's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
So yeah, he just wanted me to do that so bad, and I couldn't do that for him.
Mm-hmm.
It was I imagine it was really disappointing to him at the moment, and as much as I was more just awestruck that this guy was asking me to do something like that than anything. But the the whole takeaway was that he really wanted me to make that re sound, and I just couldn't for him.
And that was like your first ever interaction.
That was one of my first ever interactions with Logan. I don't recall any earlier interactions with him.
Okay.
Because they either were just probably like a brief hi in the hallway,
Right.
or just like too boring to even like make something of. This was the first time he kind of like acknowledged me with more than just like one or two words.
Right.
And it was this.
Thank you, Parker. Ready? Hold it closer to you. Okay. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Go ahead.
Yeah. We're in a very nice part of LA at the moment. It's Silver Lake, the Sunset Junction.
Yeah. Tell me about the public transit in Silver Lake, metro and whatnot.
Well, it's lacking. There's clearly a bus route here, but there should totally be like a streetcar, opposed to like curbside parking. All the parking meters, they're fucking horrendous. Like they got it. Like I think like if they just replace it with a streetcar, that would look a lot more sexy for Silver Lake.
That's true. And how about the getting to the metro?
Considering like LA and among like in comparison to European nations, there's a standard for nearly all LA subway systems and train stations to be disability friendly and bike friendly. Paris does not have that luxury.
Really?
Yeah, like there are only a few lines that were built with handicap friendliness in mind.
Oh damn! Okay, I didn't know that. You would have expected it to be opposite, like different.
Yeah, ever notice how like subway stations are portrayed to be just like a stairway like leading downstairs to something?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, there's no ramps, no elevators, nothing.
Yeah.
LA Metro, factors in that every time.
Right.
That's why they're so damn expensive to make.
Yeah.
Like making an elevator and like
Escalators, man.
and escalators, yeah, and regular old stairs.
True.
In case all else fails.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite big. It's a big infrastructure cost.
Okay, that's good. first and last name?
My name is Leo. Get with this motherfucker sitting right. Okay. My name is Leo Lee.
Give me a story about Logan. Give me a story. A memorable.
Like a story or my first interaction with him or.
Yeah, your first interaction's good.
All right. Well, my first interaction with Logan was, I think, right after he got off the bus, and somehow the conversation of animation got brought up, and well, as it turns out, he and I are both into like Flash animation, and he told me to check out something called The Object Show. So, when I looked up this Object Show, it was the most... I don't even know how the fuck to describe it. It's like a Squid Game, but with like a paperclip or some shit. That's... Like, this guy's a generational talent. That's all I'm gonna say. How the fuck does he make apple juice look hot? 2, the fact that he even had the idea to draw apple juice in that way. That's fucking crazy. Another one is, he taught me that birthday cake was a metaphor for inflation. And I didn't know what that was at the time. Yeah, I don't know what inflation was at the time. But apparently, he taught me that,
Oh, wow. You knew about... Okay. So let me get this straight. You knew about... What was his name? Fucking... Who's that shooter that you covered? Who's that shooter you covered?
The shooter?
Yeah, the shooter on your channel that you covered.
I don't remember covering a shooter. I think he's just making shit up just to waste my time. Anyway, inflation is the sexual practice, like the sexual fetish, or not sexual fetish, just a fetish. Okay, I have another anecdote about the Object Show. I'm not even gonna explain what that is because I think I'm making him mad. Don't include that. Oh, he's buying a drink. Fuck. I'm sorry, Logan. Anyway, I just have one more anecdote about the Object Show.
I wasn't there for all that.
He approves.
Replaced. The engine is most definitely going to be replaced. Chassis, I think the plates just need a paint job, and that's it. The shock absorbent pistons need like some de-rusting or something. The chains are probably still good. They just need to like be greased and maybe like de-rusted or something. I don't know. Some vinegar.
Yeah.
Sounds fine. Exhaust pipe is probably fine. What? Yeah, whatever.
Fuck this door. Make sure to scrub away all the porn real quick.
Yeah, not yet. This is just my setup. Like, what the fuck? I don't think... I'm gonna be honest. I don't think it's gonna work.
What got you into animation, Logan?
I don't know. I saw what, like... You know, what was it? I grew up with, like when Cartoon Network was, like, in its, like, poor phase, like, I think it was, like, right before, like, CN Live, if you remember that. I think it's, like, 2006 or something. I think this was, like, the CN Go era. I don't know. I just grew up with like Samurai Jack, and I liked what they did, and the rest is history. And yeah.
That makes sense.
Hopefully, I can get Leo to
Make some
put in some
animations too.
Yeah, put some characters in there.
Maybe. But he's kind of a lazy bitch.
Is that going to be in the documentary?
Yeah, I'll add that too.
Okay, you can put that in the documentary as long as you keep that in.
Okay, deal.
Or just put like, yeah.
No, I will. I'll keep that in. I don't care. You think I care? Leo wouldn't care. Ain't that for true?
Ain't true.